Welcome back everybody to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida. I'm your host Broncos Guru in collaboration with our boy Wavy Boats, and it's another Wavy Guru Productions back at the inlet, and it is a little bit of a rough day today. Today we've got a 13-mile-an-hour wind, an outgoing tide, and it's probably going to give the captains a little bit of fits, kind of like we see here as this boat approaches Haulover. But let's see how our captains fare as they get ready to do battle. Our first captain to do battle with Haulover today is going to show you what it's like when you have a rough exit. Here this crew's rolling out in this Robalo, and they're taking it kind of easy. They actually don't have a terrible pace. They are probably just barely off plane. A little more speed might have helped a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes as a captain, you're just going to have rough days, and that's exactly what this crew is doing, as Haulover gives them a little bit of a tail whipping as they're coming out of the inlet. They don't stuff the bow or anything crazy, but I'll tell you what, it's still not a fun ride in these conditions, and I'm going to go ahead and give this first round to Haulover Inlet. Our second contestant is going to show you what it's like when you come rolling through Haulover and you're battling with everything you got. Here this crew's got the boat up on plane, moving, making their way out of the inlet. But Haulover's throwing haymakers today, and it's really going to try and knock these guys off their game, and bam! They come down and smack hard, but they don't even miss a beat. This crew just keeps right on rolling through it. That really is pretty impressive the way this crew handles that one. Typically when we see somebody take a massive shot like that, they wind up coming back off the throttles, and it can actually make things a little worse as they're making their way out. This crew kept the throttle down, punches their way out of the inlet, and will actually take a win for the boats in this round, even though Haulover was throwing just about everything it had at them. Now, while this crew was bound and determined they were going to make their way through Haulover and take a win in this round, not everybody does. Some boats just seem to take one for the team, and that means taking one for the wrong team, kind of like this crew right here. They're rolling out of Haulover Inlet entirely too slow with people in the bow of the boat, and that only spells recipe for one thing, and that is stuffing the bow. But this crew is probably doing it intentionally, trying to get the guys in the bow wet, which they successfully do. Unfortunately for this crew though, on Boats vs. Haulover, we do have a few rules. The first one, no kids in the bow of the boat without a life jacket on. Pretty simple one to follow. Check. Second one, don't stuff the bow. If you stuff the bow, it's an automatic loss, and unfortunately this crew, even though it looks like they might have been trying to do it, did stuff the bow early on, get the crew in the bow of the boat wet, but that means that's a loss for the boats in this round. Now, as fun as it can be sometimes to watch these crews come through here too slow and stuff the bow, my favorite thing to watch is when people come out here full throttle trying to make their way onto Team Send It, kind of like this crew's doing right here. This is the way you handle Haulover. It's a rough day, my man doesn't care, he knows the cameras are out there, he's got that throttle pinned, and is bound and determined to be the newest member of Team Send It, and it looks like they're pretty successful here. This crew holds the throttle the whole way through and easily takes a win for the boats in this round. And that'll take us to a 2-2 tie as we head into the fifth and final round. Who will take the win in this week's episode? Will it be the boats or Haulover Inlet? And here we're going to see what it looks like when you're coming into Haulover with a massive following sea. Here this Paramount's working its way into the inlet. Most people may never experience this, but if you ever have, you know this can be one of the trickiest moments in boating. When you're trying to come back into an inlet with an outgoing current and a heavy following sea, it can absolutely wreak havoc on you. And sometimes it'll even feel like you lose control of the boat because the momentum of the water just pushes you so much. But I really do have to give this captain some props. For anybody who's ever been in this situation, you know the kind of tricky spot he was just in, and they actually pulled it off pretty solid. And they're going to go ahead and take a win for the boats here in this round, and that's going to give the boats the win in this episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos over there as well. And of course, we've got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.